All right, so get ready, because today we're going deep into Prithwis Mukherjee's Chronotantra trilogy. It's going to be a wild ride, I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're talking 3 books here, and they are dense, they're intricate, all about technology, human evolution, the nature of reality, you name it. Buckle up is all I'm saying.
Okay, so where do we even begin?
Oh, I guess with the basics, read the story follows Lila. She's this, like, brilliant engineer, super rebellious, and she finds herself kind of stuck, actually, in Chandili. Yeah,
Shambles.
Chantilly. It's this like super advanced technologically city, but it's on a future Earth that's, well, not doing so hot.
So not a utopia then.
Not exactly. Imagine a world where everything you do, every move, every thought even, is tracked and analyzed.
No thanks. Sounds a bit creepy to me.
Yeah, you and me both. But that's the thing with Mukherjee. He sets up this tension right away, like the pull of all this comfort, all this technology versus just, I don't know, basic human freedom. You know what I mean?
For sure. So is that what sends Lila packing?
Well, sort of. It's definitely a factor. See, she wants to learn, she wants to push the boundaries, but she's not going to be some pawn, not even in this shiny, efficient world. So she escapes, basically, to Mars,
Mars, like the planet Mars.
the one and only. And it's being terraformed, made habitable.
Wow. Okay, so she goes to Mars and dot what?
She ends up working with this, like, reclusive genius. He's known only as the Hermit.
The Hermit. Sounds mysterious.
He is. But he becomes her mentor, really, and he helps her understand the deeper meaning of technology.
Deeper meaning.
Yeah, like he doesn't see it as just some tool. He sees it as a partner. Like technology can help us evolve, help us be better, overcome our limitations.
I'm starting to see where that title, Chronotantra, comes in now.
You're right on the money there. We got Chronos, time, and Mukherjee. He plays with time like it's, I don't know, a symphony or something. The story, it jumps around,
Yeah.
different times, different places. It's kind of like one of those puzzle boxes.
I love those. So you have to figure out how it all fits together.
Exactly. And it's not just for ticks either. The way the story is told, it's how Mukherjee sees time itself. Like it's fluid, multidimensional, and later on he gets into some wild stuff. Time travel, parallel realities. You're left wondering, like, what even is time? Do we have any control over it at all?
So Chronos is time, and then there's Tantra.
Right.
And I'm guessing that's not the, how do I put it?
The kind you see in, shall we say, certain adult films?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. No, this is different. Think of it as like a system of knowledge, like those ancient traditions.
Yeah.
But Mukherjee uses it brilliantly, let me tell you. He uses it to unpack this whole relationship between, well, knowledge, tech, and consciousness.
There's a lot to unpack.
Oh, it is. But he makes it, I don't know, digestible. He breaks it down into 3 parts: Tantra, Yantra, and Mantra.
Okay, I'm following so far. So Tantra is like the knowledge part, the understanding. What about Yantra? That one sounds familiar.
Yantra. That's the device, the tool. Like taking that knowledge and making it real. And honestly, the examples he gives, mind-blowing. There's the Tiva, it's this virtual reality thing. But like so immersive, the line between real and digital just melts away.
That sounds intense.
Oh, it is. And then there are these robots, Kinobots. They can build like whole structures
Yeah.
by themselves.
What?
Like 3D printing, but on a whole other level.
Okay, that is straight out of sci-fi. So Tantra is the knowledge, Yantra is the device. What about mantra? What's that all about?
Mantra, that's the code, the language, the instructions, It's what makes these crazy technologies work, like the software to the hardware, you could say. And in Chronotantra, it's everywhere. The algorithms that run AI, genetic code, even like the very essence of information that like underpins reality.
Wait, so it's like the recipe for building the future.
That's a great way to put it. And get this, he doesn't just keep these as separate ideas. He shows how they all connect, how they influence each other. It's like a dance. Knowledge, tech, and information all pushing each other further and further.
So he's taking this like ancient framework and applying it to like cutting edge science.
He is. It's brilliant. And then, get this, he brings in this idea that information and energy, they're like interchangeable, 2 sides of the same coin.
What? How does that even work?
It's like, okay, think of the Hindu idea of Shiva and Shakti. Shiva's consciousness, right? And Shakti's energy. But what if information itself, what if that's the real foundation of everything? That has huge implications for physics, consciousness, like even the universe itself.
Okay, that's a lot to process. So we've got this framework, this Tantra, Yantra, Mantra thing, this whole exploration of time, and now the idea that information might be like the bedrock of reality. What happens next in the story?
That, my friend, is where things really start to heat up. Leela, her journey takes her beyond Mars to Titan and then, get this, back to Earth, but like a totally transformed Earth.
Okay, I'm hooked. I need to know more.
Oh, you will, but we'll have to dive into all that after the break. Stay tuned, because this is just the beginning. So Layla, her journey, it's not just about, like, different planets, it's about different times, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're jumping all over the place. One minute she's on Mars, then back on Earth, then we even get glimpses of the future. It's almost like, I don't know, time isn't a straight line, more like a tangled web.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so, I don't know, so gripping. You're not just following along, you're putting the pieces together yourself.
So how does Mars fit into it all? I mean, we know she's with the Hermit, but what are they actually doing?
Well, like, on the surface, they're working on, making Mars livable, terraforming.
Right, terraforming.
But it's deeper than that. The Hermit, he's guiding her, helping her see the real potential of tech.
Like how?
He thinks AI, if we do it right, it can help us solve, like, our biggest problems, the ones we can't seem to crack.
That makes sense. But you said she goes to Titan, right? Saturn's moon. What's the deal with that?
Titan. Titan's interesting. It's like a different path, different than Earth or Mars. The Titans, that's what they call themselves, they've gone the biotech route, changed their bodies to survive there.
Hold on. Biotech. Like, are they cyborgs?
Not really. It's more like they've merged tech and biology, enhanced themselves so they can live in a place humans normally couldn't.
Wow. Okay, so what does Leah learn there?
A different way to be human, basically, a different way to use technology. They don't fear it. They see it as like a way to, I don't know, push their limits, become more than they are. It really makes Leo rethink things.
So we've got Earth, Mars, Titan, 3 different choices, basically. But what about Pingalika, that AI, the one that's like got a mind of its own? What's its role in all of this?
Pingalika, that's where it gets really wild. Remember Mantra, the code, the foundation of everything? Well, Pingalika is that, but like alive.
Wait, so it's not just AI, it's like information itself, but conscious.
Kind of, yeah. And that's what makes it so powerful. It's not limited. Like, you can get info, process it, even change reality. We can barely even imagine what it can do.
Okay, that is both amazing and kind of scary. But you said it's on a blockchain, right? So it can't be destroyed. How does that play in?
Think about it. If it was controlled by, I don't know, some government, a corporation, it could be good or bad, right? But on a blockchain, it's free. No one owns it. It evolves on its own.
So we built this super powerful thing and then just like let it go. That seems risky.
It is, but it's also like a deep question. If we make an AI that can think for itself, do we have the right to control it? Or should we let it be free, even if we don't know what it'll do?
Man, those are some heavy questions. I bet Mukherjee doesn't give us any easy answers, does he?
Not a one. He just lays it all out there and lets us, the readers, wrestle with it. That's what makes these books so, I don't know, so thought-provoking. It's not just a story. It's like a conversation.
So amidst all this mind-bending tech and deep thinking, there's still a human side to the story, right?
Of course, Mukherjee, he gets it. It's not just ideas. It's about people, relationships, and love. Love is huge in these books.
Right. You mentioned Leal and the Hermit and then Kedar with Kajal, right? How do their stories fit in?
Okay, so Leon and the Hermit, it's more than just mentor and student. They connect on this, like, mental level, a passion for knowledge. It becomes love, a deep, unconventional love.
Interesting. What about Kedar and Kajal? That one seemed a little, I don't know, a little messier.
Oh, Kedar. He's a tough one. Brilliant, but troubled. And Kajal, she's a prostitute in the books. Kedar goes to her for, I don't know, escape, connection.
So not exactly a fairy tale romance then?
No, not at all. It's raw, it's painful, full of challenges. But through it all, they face themselves, And in the end, there's healing, transformation.
Wow, that's really beautiful. In a world that's so focused on the future, on all this technology, it's kind of nice to see that human connection, that vulnerability.
Exactly. It shows that love, it still matters, even when everything else is changing around us.
Okay, I'm even more intrigued now. So we've got this story that jumps around, these ideas about consciousness and reality and these really personal love stories. What else is there?
Oh, there's still Kalki, this mysterious figure. They keep popping up, but we never really know who or what they are. They're like a symbol, a force for change. But what they represent, that's up to us to decide.
I like that. It's
Yeah.
like he's giving us clues, letting us figure it out. So for someone who loves sci-fi, philosophy, books that make them think, would you say Chronotantra is a must-read?
Absolutely. It's a tough read, but worth it. The kind of story that sticks with you, makes you rethink your own beliefs, wonder about the future.
But they're not exactly light reading, are they?
No, definitely not. They need patience, attention. You got to be willing to think hard. It's not about just, I don't know, breezing through it. It's about the journey, the discovery.
So if you're the kind of person who likes to be challenged, who likes to think, then Chronotantra is definitely for you.
Absolutely. It's a world that will make you think, make you question everything you thought you knew. A real journey. I highly recommend it. But be warned, it might blow your mind.
Well said. And that's our deep dive into Prithwis Mukherjee's Chronotantra trilogy, a journey through time, consciousness, the whole shebang. So if you're up for the challenge, dive in. Discover Chronotantra for yourself. You won't regret it. Okay, so we're back. And I gotta say, after all that, my brain is fried. Time travel, AI rewriting reality, societies evolving in totally different ways. But we haven't answered the big question yet. Are these books worth it? Worth the time, the money? What do you think?
That's the question, isn't it? And honestly, it's not a simple answer. Like a lot of things in Chronotantra, it depends. Depends what you're looking for as a reader, you know?
Okay, so let's break it down. Who would love these books? No question.
Anyone who likes, I don't know, big ideas. Mukherjee doesn't mess around. Consciousness, technology, and evolution, even like what reality is. If you want to think about those things, he throws it all at you.
Yeah, we talked about that. Like, what if information is the base of everything? That's like next level stuff.
Right. And he doesn't just talk about it, he puts in the story, creates these situations where you have to confront these ideas.
Like those people, bending reality in the simulation. Wild.
Exactly. Makes you think, what if our reality is just a really good simulation? What does that even mean for free will, for choices, for, I don't know, life itself?
That's what I loved. He doesn't shy away.
Yeah.
He makes you think hard, question everything. It's not just reading. It's like arguing with the book almost.
And even though the ideas are huge, the characters, the story, it all pulls you in. Even with all the time jumping and stuff, you're hooked.
You mentioned Kalki before, that mysterious figure. We didn't really dig into that. What's their deal?
Kalki. Ooh, that's a tough one. They pop up, but we never get a clear answer. They're revolutionary, pushing for change, but are they a leader? Some spiritual guide? A symbol? Mukherjee leaves it open.
I kind of like that. He gives you the pieces, but you put the puzzle together. So, bottom line, for sci-fi fans, people who love philosophy, people who want to use their brains, Chronotantra is a must-read, right?
100%. It's a challenging read, but rewarding. The kind that stays with you, makes you think about things differently.
But let's be real. These aren't exactly, light reads. What if you want something easy?
If you want something quick and simple, yeah, maybe not these books. They take time, they take focus. They're not about, I don't know, just finishing the story. They're about the process of thinking about it, figuring it out.
So if you're up for the challenge, if you like to think, like to be pushed, Chronotantra is for you.
Absolutely. It's a world that makes you question everything. A real journey. I can't recommend it enough. But be ready. It might just blow your mind.
Well said. And that's our deep dive into Prithwis Mukherjee's Chronotantra trilogy. Time travel, consciousness, reality itself. It's all there. If you're ready for the challenge, dive in. Discover Chronotantra. You won't regret it.